us start a discussion. So our first topic is about inbound and outbound marketing. So inbound marketing involves attracting your prospects with content about your domain, which is served out in a non-disruptive form. But outbound marketing involves getting their attention by pushing generally your marketing material onto them. So it's a bit disruptive. So I'll start with Muskan. If she could elaborate to the marketing students out there about inbound and outbound marketing.
Sure. So, inbound marketing, I'll start with, is it's basically a business methodology that allows to actually form a connection between the brand and its consumer. It's about creating custom tailored experiences. It's about connecting to them, and this includes social media campaigns, SEO content. I'm sure everyone's aware of here, and services that kind of help them solve a problem directly. Whereas outbound marketing interrupts the audience and maybe serving a content that they might not need regularly. So for example, in inbound marketing, a great source is, I think, Amul, the taste of India, the brand that is like a household name now, but it curates campaigns that evokes emotions and connects with its consumers directly. Now I'm sure everyone's aware of the Amul sketches that they launch on every event and now and then, and their sketches are something that are like really needed. Like everyone waits that what is Amul's take on it. So it's kind of waiting for that content and connecting with every household in India. Whereas outbound is something which where a brand is also informing the consumer about its services. It is not necessarily needed that the consumer may use it. So your regular mass fashion brands like H&M, Zara, what you might be getting informed doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to use it later. So yeah, so inbound and outbound is what it stands for. Inbound is for creating tailored experiences, and joining the community with effective communication. Whereas outbound is more, as I personally see, more about passing on the information, passing expressing the storytelling, expressing what the brand is, but not every consumer might not be able to connect with. So yeah.
Yes, Shubhrika, your views on inbound and outbound marketing.
Yeah, so I think superb take on inbound, specifically with the example of Amul. What I see inbound marketing as mainly is where you are helping consumers find you instead of going out and looking for consumers in people, like, let's say, taking cold calling as one of the examples of outbound marketing. That's the opposite, completely opposite of inbound, of course. So when I'm doing inbound marketing, like Muskaan rightly said, with SEO or social posts, it's basically about people finding you and not me reaching out to them directly, wanting to convince them into converting into my buyers or anything for that matter. For example, social posts or paid ads on Google, any of the digital platforms for that matter. Specifically, social posts right now are all inbound marketing. The way that Reels or TikTok is working and creating content that goes viral so that people come to the brand. One of the things that I personally have experienced with this is that my personal page on Instagram is nothing about book marketing or writing books or anything. It's purely poetry. But then that's so far been the biggest channel of book sales, because that's where content is coming out from and that's where people are engaging with the content. That's where they get to know about it. Similar thing is what I think MOM is doing, Mad Over Marketing. Their marketing page is all about other brands. They're not doing anything of themselves on their own page. So but that is bringing them traffic to their website. How that people know that they are all about marketing, they understand the marketing concept, and then bringing in clients becomes easier. Whereas if we take outbound marketing and look at it with the TV ads or print ads perspective, an ad of the HDFC Bank in the newspaper might probably not convince me so much. But if that is being converted into one of the videos that's on playing on loop on LinkedIn, like ICICI did very recently, that might catch my attention even more. So with the generation changing and the content consumption processing is everything is changing. So print ad is very important just for the brand presence. But then bringing in leads, converting customers, that's altogether a different story.
I totally agree with Shubhrika on the banking, how the banking has evolved. The recent example that came up to my mind was when she gave HDFC, I would give Standard Chartered Bank. Now, Standard Chartered Bank, everyone is aware there is a bank called Standard Chartered Bank, but no one would go until unless you want to get an account, you want to get into those kind of
Yeah.
banking details. But I feel they have evolved in their strategies to reach to its consumer when they collaborated with Anushka Sharma recently
Exactly.
during her pregnancy. And that was really effective because they're talking about video KYC, they're talking about convenience, they're talking about how you can, by the comfort of your home, you're just getting everything you need. Also, the fact that even your physical credit card has not come to your house, it's all right. You can still start using it because they know the audience is so frantic when it comes to online shopping. It's like on a tap. No, everyone is now probably going to deal with credit cards, debit cards in the near future, and everyone is starting to. So I think that was something Standard or Chartered Bank has evolved with its strategies, because they also used to do print ad, they also used to do all these things, but collaborating with an actress, collaborating or during this COVID-19 time is what is, I think, touched a lot of audience. They're like,
Right.
okay, yeah, I can just directly shop now.
Yeah, another example of inbound, not specifically in the digital terms per se, with email or SEO or Google ads being the main focus, but other aspects of it, like niching down and sticking to a smaller audience, can be the luxury car brands. You won't see a huge newspaper or a TV ad of Mercedes until and unless they are coming out with a new car altogether. So it's basically a product launch more than their advertisement. BMW knows that its market is small. They don't need to go out and market on the TV. You will see Swift Desire coming as an ad on TV though, because their market is huge. So outbound works for them, but it won't for Mercedes, and they know that very well.
Yeah,
That's
good.
right. So Muskan, in like your agency, like if you could not like name a client, but like some kind of example where you're using a budget and it's like this, you're using certain amount for inbound and outbound. So like, how do you like gauge and decide like this much marketing activities have to be inbound and outbound? And as per, like you can take an example in some industry or something like that.
Okay, sure. I think if I have to take an example, of course, I can't name of any of the clients, but when it comes to inbound, outbound, I think the outbound is, for example, when it comes to the lifestyle products, I mean, there is inbound chances completely, but the being it's a mass product, the inbound marketing strategies tend to lose its weightage. When it's a niche product, as Shubhrika also mentioned, when there's a niche product, the inbound techniques used to fall in place. When I have a lifestyle product, I am reaching out to masses. I have to, put it in a more graphically, in a more creative way out there rather than doing a storytelling. I have to make the product look more attractive rather than the storytelling.
Hmm.
So when there's a thing called mass marketing in that way, like for example, I'll take a big brand like H&M or Zara, or if for example Marks and Spencer Home, which is not available in India, but out there abroad, it is kind of doing a big kind of marketing campaigns. You come, they're just taking one simple example: we have everything for your home, but it's not showing that what they might have for my home specifically,
Yeah.
right? But for example, inbound marketing is the jewelry industry, I would say, because jewelry is so customizable. Jewelry is like, where everything is card to card, everything is designed according to a personal need. So that is where inbound marketing comes. For example, Tanishq has done some amazing inbound. It has created some questions, I would know that, but it has touched upon community guidelines. It has touched upon emotions of people, that we are in a 21st century, our India is evolving, so the campaigns are also evolving. That's why they're getting questions. So I feel inbound marketing budget is when there is a product which is but where the product itself is custom tailored. For example, Forest Essentials also is a brand, where they recently in the pandemic they launched the customizations of creams. That's like online, and they are so Forest Essential might feel they have a big market share, but they do not. They have a very niche product. They have a very niche customer base. They're on Ayurveda, and people are still coming through. So yeah, with that, jewelry, skincare, the products offer such niche marketing, whereas a mass product is wherein outbound is more making more sensible.
That's right. So it depends on the scale of the budget and the industry involved.
True.
Inbound, yeah, that's right. So inbound, I mean, is a lot of you need support of creative professionals who will create a kind of a content which will pull in your particular target audience. And outbound, today's day and age, may budget can be customized as per, because you're putting it out there in digital. So I mean, it depends your budget, that much reach you
True.
can get. So
In
yeah.
fact, inbound, in fact, I feel is more exhausting when it comes to budget, because you're going for a custom tailored experience, and you have to offer, even if you're offering 100 customers, you have to offer to all. You are not offering to only one. But when
Mm.
it comes to mass, you are offering to thousands. So your, like, an outbound marketing might not have an exhaustive budget, but an inbound will definitely have. So yeah.
That's right. So marketers have to understand their limitations with the brand they're working with, budget and all, and
True.
accordingly, then yeah, take the decision on the same.